Hello, welcome to Liverpool FC News Today channel. Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson has spoken about the ongoing debate as to who's the best from Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, and Frank Lampard. Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson has weighed in on the age-old debate as to who is better between the England trio of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, and Paul Scholes. Three of the most gifted central midfielders of their generation and three of the best English midfielders ever. There has long been discussions as to who reigns supreme of the triumvirate of rivals. Gerrard having spent all of his career in England as Scholes did with Manchester United, while Lampard enjoyed a short stint after Manchester City after a long spell with Chelsea. With Lampard arguably the greatest goal-getting midfielder in Premier League history and Scholes viewed as more of a metronomic and pinpoint ball player, though one who still had goal-scoring abilities, Gerrard remains viewed as the most all-rounded of the trio, given his well-balanced blend of attacking and defensive abilities. And Reds skipper Henderson, who spent 4 years as a teammate of Gerrard's at Anfield, insists he will always put the Scouser, whose role in the club's 2005 Champions League and 2006 FA Cup triumphs is legendary, on top. I'm going to be biased and say Gerrard of course, he laughed when in conversation with Rio Ferdinand on Five's The Locker Room. I just feel as though, obviously I've played with Stevie for many years but even before that, just watching him, he was a massive inspiration. Just because of the way that he played and he could just do everything, defending, attacking, he was just the complete midfielder for me. Then obviously I got to know him on a personal level and that grew even more, how he was as a person, how he was as a leader. He was so humble, especially with what he'd achieved in his career, and he helped us a lot, so of course for me, I'll always say Gerrard. Speaking back in February, a former teammate of Gerrard and Scholes at club level as well as having played alongside Lampard for England, Michael Owen, gave his verdict. "If you watch Scholes in training, your tongue is hanging out," Owen said on the Greatest Game with Jamie Carragher podcast. "He can give you the eyes, you can think he's heading it that way and he'll almost do a reverse spinner off the other side of his head. He can drop a ball on a sixpence. He is just total and utter genius. But there's that and there's the actual practicalities of playing on a big pitch where you need size, strength, substance, running ability, all these things. And if you play 1v1, you against you, Stevie against any of the names that you've played, I think he would eat them for dinner." Someone like Scholes obviously had different attributes. I mean, unbelievable the way he changed his game from being a bombing midfielder scoring to a quarterback. Total genius. Frank Lampard, who can question his goal scoring and how he got every ounce out of his ability. But to me, Stevie's on a different level than anything I've seen or played with, and as you've said, I'm not blowing smoke up my I've played with some great Man United players, Liverpool players, Real Madrid, England. Put it this way. If I'm saying tomorrow rewind the clock, you're going into battle now, you're playing in the Champions League final, who's your first pick? I'd have Steven Gerrard as my first pick out of anyone. Gerrard won 9 trophies during a 17-year stint at Liverpool, during which he scored 186 times in 710 appearances. Lampard meanwhile managed 211 strikes in 648 games for Chelsea, as well as 6 goals in 38 games for Man City, while winning 13 trophies including 4 league titles. Scholes racked up 11 titles and won 25 trophies at United while mustering up 155 goals in 718 games. For England, Gerrard managed the most appearances, 114 to Lampard's 106 and Scholes' 66, while Lampard managed the most goals, 29 to Gerrard's 21 and Scholes' 14.